Hola, en esta lección vamos a hablar de los verbos en el tiempo futuro. So hi, today we are going to be talking about verbs in the future tense. So this is going to be a completely new tense for you guys. You've never used it before. Up until now, in Spanish 1 or in Spanish 2, you guys have learned the ir plus a plus infinitive to express the simple future tense. So for example, you guys can see we have voy a bailar la salsa. I'm going to dance salsa. Carlos va a comer. Carlos is going to eat. And vamos a mirar una película. We are going to see a movie. So that is all you have learned so far is the ir a infinitive in order to express things that are going to happen in the future. Now we are going to learn how to conjugate in the future tense. So again, it is a little bit different than the ir a infinitive. That is known as our simple future. So we're going to look at the examples below so that you guys can kind of see what the future tense looks like before we dive into it. So bailaré la salsa, I will dance salsa. Carlos comerá, Carlos will eat. And miraremos una película, we will see a movie. So again, you guys can see the differences between the two. Same examples, but one is in the simple future, and at the bottom, we are using the actual future tense. So let's get into forming the future tense. So if you guys look at the verb comer, I have that as an example up at the top. You guys can see I highlighted in blue to kind of help you out. So I want you to try to figure out what the steps are to conjugate in the future tense. So take a second, look at it. You can pause the video if you want, but try to figure out what are we doing here to conjugate the future tense, because it's something that you've never done before. So I have a little bit of good news for you guys. AR, ER, IR verbs, mostly all of them are getting the same ending. So you're not going to have 2 to 3 different sets of endings. You're only going to have one. So that's the great part. Another bonus to the future tense, which makes it a little bit easier, is instead of dropping the AR, ER, IR from the verb, how we would do normally, that's our first step, is to drop your ending. You're simply just adding your endings to the infinitive of the verb. So remember, infinitive. What is an infinitive? Infinitive is the verb before we do anything to it. So comer is an infinitive. Hablar is an infinitive. Vivir, infinitive. So all it is when the verb still has the AR, ER, IR on the end, we haven't done anything to it. All right, so when we're going to form the future tense, all you have to do is you leave the infinitive, attach the endings to the end. The only thing I want to tell you, super, super, super important, there are accents in every form except for nosotros, okay? And you need to have those accents on there to show that it is going to be in the future tense. So again, remember accents, every single form except for nosotros. So to look at our endings, the yo form, our ending is going to be e. To form is as. El, ella, usted is a. Nosotros is hemos, vosotros is ellos, and ellos, ellas, ustedes is han. So if I wanted to say, I will eat, comeré, you will eat, comerás, he, she, or you will eat is comerá, we will eat, comeremos, and you all or they will eat is comerán. So again, just as a recap, you are keeping the infinitive and you are just adding the ending to the end as long as it is a regular verb. So right now we're going to do a little practice together. Unfortunately, I can't write on the screen, so sorry about that, but I will spell it out for you guys to try to help you. So if we're looking at our example sentence, the first sentence is going to be in the present tense. The second sentence, we are going to change it from the present tense to the future tense. So the first one, we have nosotros bebemos un refresco, right? We drink a drink. We want to change the we drink to we will drink. So I show you guys here, we have beber, our infinitive. We're going to add the ending to it. So for nosotros, it is hemos, and then we will have beberemos un refresco. So number 2, if you guys want to pause here and try them on your own, feel free, you can pause the video and then we'll go back over it. Number 2, los muchachos escuchan la música. So escuchan is our verb escuchar, so we are going to change it to the future tense. So remember, we will leave escuchar. We're just going to add our ending for los muchachos, which would be an. So los muchachos escucharán la música. All right, that would be ESCUCHARAN. Accent on your A in the AN. Number 3, yo corro en el parque. I run in the park. I want to say I will run in the park. So it should be yo correré en el parque. So yo, C-O-R-R-E-R-E with an accent. Number 4, tú tocas el piano. You play the piano. We want to say you will play the piano. Tú tocarás el piano. T-O-C-A-R, A with an accent, S. Last one we have here, number 5. This one might have been a little bit confusing. We had Juan va al concierto. Juan is going to the concert. So remember, va is your verb ir. So I know this one might look weird, but it is correct. So you're going to leave ir and you're just going to attach your ending. So since it is Juan, we're talking about one person, our ending is the letter A with an accent. So Juan irá al concierto. So I-R-A with an accent. All right, we are going to move on. Of course, there is more. In Spanish, you can never get away from your irregular verbs. So los verbos irregulares. All right, here I broke them down into groups for you guys so you can see on your notes. I want you guys to fill in the stems that they have there. All right, so you guys will be able to see those. So your first group is ones that end in DR. So poder is going to change. Your stem is now going to be P-O-D-R. Okay, then you're going to add your accent or add your endings to the end with your accents. Okay, our next one is poner, which would be P-O-N-D-R. Salir, S-A-L-D-R. Tener, T-E-N-D-R. And venir is V-E-N-D-R. So those are your DR group endings. Our next one we have are 3 verbs that you're going to drop the E in their ending. So caber, you are just dropping it, so it's going to be C-A-B-R. Haber is H-A-B-R. And saber, your new stem, is S-A-B-R. Last set that I have for you guys, these irregular verbs. So these ones don't necessarily follow any certain pattern. They just leave out some letters. So decir, your stem is D-I-R. Hacer, it is going to be H-A-R. The final one we have is your verb querer. This one, your middle consonant doubles. So our new stem for querer is going to be Q-U-E-R-R. So that is it for the future tense. So if it is a regular verb, remember all you have to do is add your endings to the infinitive. If it is irregular, you're going to need to know these stems, and I highly suggest that you do it now. It'll make your life very easy in the next coming week, and you'll see why. But again, if it is irregular, you got to memorize the stem and then add the same endings to the end. That's all.